All right, so let's move on. Judges 2 verses 1 to 4. So we're building up, coming to this Michael part. So now we see that Jesus is referred to, in certain parts of the Bible as the angel of the Lord, or as an angel. Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges. All right, so Judges chapter 2 verses 1 to 4. And it says, "And an angel of the Lord," here's that wonderful phrase again, "came up from Gilgal to Bochim and said, I made you to go up out of Egypt." By the way, who led the Israelites out of Egypt? Was it not God? Was it not Jesus himself? And here it says, "I made you to go up out of Egypt, and have brought you unto the land which I swore unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you." I'm going to verse 4. "And we shall make no league," verse 2, "with the inhabitants of this land. Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have ye done this? Wherefore I also said rather, I will not drive them out from before you," etc., etc. You get the point. Oh yeah, let me just continue reading. God, verse 4 has something in it. It says, "Drive them," verse 3, "out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their God shall be a snare unto you." Now, catch verse 4. It says, "And it came to pass, when the angel of the Lord spake these words unto all the children of Israel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept." So we see here once again the phrase "the angel of the Lord" is used to describe Jesus Christ himself. Because, just to stick a pin, the word angel actually means messenger. That's the broad sense of the word, broader meaning of the word. Because remember, when it comes down to Bible study, you have to check what is the Greek, the different interpretations of that word in the Greek, the original Greek. So the word angel, I don't remember what the Greek is. I think is agelon or something like that. It actually means messenger. So an angel, a literal angel, is a messenger. Jesus often operates in the capacity of a chief messenger, and we'll get down to that. And even us as individuals, as Christians, are messengers, and we see that in the book of Revelation 14, where it says that, Revelation 14, 6 to 12, where it says, "I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven." And that angel is actually not a literal angel. It's just describing a messenger. And if you understand the three angels' message, which is found in Revelation 14, 6 to 12, you'll know that the angel described in verse 6 and 7, thereabout, I think it's 7, it says, verse 6, "And I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven." That angel is actually describing God's people who have the everlasting gospel to preach. Are we not the ones that are given the gospel to preach? Angels are there to help us and whatever, but the gospel, the spreading of the gospel, is primarily entrusted to us. So we are that angel, as described in Revelation 14, verse 6. So we see that the word angel can take on different, can describe different persons or entities, but it's just a function that you're looking at. The word angel means messenger, right? So moving on, Matthew 27 verse 9. So this verse might not seem like it has anything to do with this study, but we'll see why it's put there as we transition over into the part talking about Michael the archangel, because that's where we really want to get to. Matthew 27 verse 9. Matthew 27 verse 9. Alright. Matthew 27. And it reads thus: "Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying, And they took the 30 pieces of silver, and the price of him that was valued, whom they of the children of Israel did value." Now recognize that then was fulfilled that which was spoken of Jeremy the prophet. And this Jeremy is actually the prophet Jeremiah. But in the New Testament, he is called by the name Jeremy. I don't know if it's because of translation, the language difference, because the Old Testament was written in Hebrew and a small portion in Aramaic, and the New Testament in Greek. So that could be the reason why he's called Jeremy and not Jeremiah. But regardless, we know that he's speaking of Jeremiah because of what the passage speaks about Jeremy. Let's do another more clear cut, a more obvious one. Matthew 24, 38. And it reads, For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating. No, sorry, 37 and 38. But as the days of Noah, and this is spelled Noe. So, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And we all know this verse. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And we know that this person called Noah, is actually Noah. Even though he's called by a slightly different name, but based on what the passage is talking about, we know for sure that this is Noah, right? And this can be because of the translation difference. But what I'm trying to show you is that when it comes down to studying the Bible, we don't really go with words by themselves or passages by themselves. We go by principles, just like maths. And I know a lot of persons don't like maths, but Bible study is based on principles. So just how you can read a passage and know that it was talking about Jeremiah, even though the name was spelled a little different. Read this passage, it talks about Noah, even though the name was spelled different because of what the passage was saying about the person, right? So with that foundation laid, we're going to transition into the first text about Michael the archangel.